Well, continuing the toy collection walkthrough, we've got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey. Not to mention Doctor Who. We got the Time Travelers in one spot. The Dimension Travelers from Dungeons and Dragons. And I wanted to put them with this big gal. However, I'm afraid that those figures could take a tumble to their death and fall and break. And on this shelf, we've got the Universal Monsters by NECA. I actually did sit down and watch The Wolfman and The Invisible Man. The only one I've seen before those were Phantom of the Opera, and I absolutely love the Phantom. Nightmare on Elm Street happens to be one of my favorite horror franchises. And Freddy Krueger, my favorite horror icon, alongside Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th series, which you'll see in a little bit. But there's a shelf dedicated to Freddy. The Kotobuki statue there. Now we've got the villains from the 80s and 90s. Obviously, you got to have Chucky. We have the Mistress of the Dark herself, Elvira. NECA happens to be one of my favorite toy lines to collect. I think they do a fantastic job with their Toonie Terrors and their Ultimate line. Ben Cooper was a company founded in the late 30s and was popular from the 50s and the 80s because they made inexpensive costumes of all your favorite characters. And these came out within a few years ago, and I have gotten every single one that has come out. I love the nostalgia of these, and I'm a huge fan of this line. And on this next shelf, we've got the Ninja Turtles done by NECA. There's Universal Monster Turtles, the Ninja Turtles, the movie action figures, and this year's San Diego Comic-Con's exclusive Ninja Turtles, the Surfing Ninja Turtles. More NECA here. We've got the Friday the 13th series and all the different incarnations of Jason Voorhees, including his mom. Over on this shelf, we've got the Twisted Land of Oz by McFarlane and the Twisted Christmas. It's a warped take on the Wizard of Oz, and we've got Mrs. Claus, we've got Jack Frost, we've got Snowman, we've got Santa Claus, and then the Lady in White, that is Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Here we have Jada Toys Street Fighter figures. These figures are probably some of the best figures to come out in the last couple years. This is a great line, and I was always a fan of the video game when I was younger.